3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Lee Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murphy. It's time for Metagame Minute, a weekly segment where we're talking about something that's been on our brain about board games. And what I want to talk about, we've talked a lot about this recently because it is becoming more and more of a phenomenon. I want to talk about digital versions of board games, and specifically, are they a danger to our hobby? Dun dun. No, they're not. They're not at all. But that's just my opinion. But I do want to talk about this subject because it's been coming up in comments and things as we've done rapid reviews and such lately, because we have been playing some digital versions of board games, specifically app versions of board games I'm talking about, not necessarily Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator, but app versions, digital, fully digital, automated implementations, versions of these games. They've been happening more and more because, spoiler alert, we are, a technologically advanced society, and we have these little things in our pocket that we use all the time. So companies have said, hey, I can maybe make my game for that thing that you're already on, and maybe you'll play it. And this has kind of brought up the question of, is that going to pose a danger for our hobby disappearing? Is it going to mean that if they make a digital version of a game, will the physical version of the game become completely obsolete and disappear altogether off the face of this earth? And it's a realistic, I think, thing to wonder about. For my money, I don't think it's a danger to our hobby at all. I don't think board games need to worry about it. The fact that Nick made was like, video games exist and have existed and have had a stronghold in our culture for some time. And despite that, board games have become more and more popular because people are clearly seeking out something other than video games or a digital version of things. So I think that's not in danger. Thousands of board games, literally thousands, come out every single year. A handful of apps based off those games come out every single year. It's not exactly the same. So I'm not that worried about it. And, I have gone on record saying certain things like Root. I've said, I don't want this game physically anymore. I like it as an app. And I've been told that that's a dangerous thing to say, or something that could be potentially damaging to our hobby. And I can understand that, but I think the things to keep in mind is that, I'm just one dude with one opinion, and spoiler alert, Root is not, was not, will never be my favorite game, period. So for me, the board game of Root, the physical game, is not something I need, but I can play the app. That is something I can and have gotten and been interested in. So that to me is exciting because I now have a way that I would like to play this game. And so I get to help support our hobby, albeit a different way, by playing a digital version, but it's still, I have access to a game that I didn't have access to before because I got rid of my copy of Root because I didn't like it physically. I just had too many barriers to play. Now I'm happy to play that game again. So for me, I'm really thankful that there is a digital version of that game. So I'm curious, folks, where do you kind of stand on board game apps? Specifically, again, board game, whole versions of these games that exist in app form. What do you think of them? A, do you like them? Are you interested in them? If you have the physical game, do you also want the digital game? Do you want both? Is it an either or situation? Have there been any situations where you would rather play the digital version and not ever get the physical version of the game, or have traded it away, or what have you? And what do you think? Do you think that's a danger? Do you think, are we in risk of every game physically disappearing to be replaced with a digital counterpoint to that? I personally don't worry about that. Again, I have 200 games here. I've owned more in the past and gotten rid of, and so I've bought 400 games, call it. I've bought 15 board game apps. So I think the hobby is fine and healthy, personally. But I just want to know what you think about this because it's something that's not really going away. And I don't, once again, I'm just one guy with one opinion on the subject. I'm not the deciding factor. I'm just one person. So I want to hear both sides of the argument here. And what do you think? How do you think it can be helpful? Because I think it can be helpful. Someone sees Sagrada and they're like, what is this game? And what's Direwolf? And that maybe leads them to figuring out other games that they make. And they're like, oh, this is actually a board game. I'm in Target. Sagrada. Oh, wait, I have that on my phone. Sagrada's a physical game. Let me get that game. I don't know if it could lead that way, but to me, I see it as an opportunity. There's opportunities for more people to play games. And anything that makes more people able to play games, I'm into that. I'm all for that. I'm always going to be for that. My main purpose out here with having a channel is to create board gamers. So I'm all down with it, and I don't see it as a threat. I don't think our hobby is as in danger as we think at times. I think we can let that go a little bit and breathe easy. Our hobby is here to stay. It's all good. So let me know in the comments below what you think of these dastardly digital apps and things. Are they a boon or a potential downfall of our hobby? I don't know. No one knows anything. It's 2020. It's the year of not knowing. But I feel okay about board game apps. So that's it for me, everybody. Thanks. Bye. Remember, I forgot I have an ending for these, don't I? Let's see. Whether or not you think the games are great in all forms, or you only want it physical, the more meta, the more better. Nailed it first try. Thanks so much for joining me for another Metagame Minute. Once again, put your thoughts on digital board games in the comments below, and are they a huge threat or not? I don't think they are. And watch some more videos over here, more videos over there, subscribe down there, and don't forget to thumb this video up. Thanks, everybody.